game I ever casted in my life. It was a TI2, and it was the first major usage on a big stage of IO and Tiny, and not gonna be the case. This is a Doom, but Doom pretty good hero too, last I checked.
It's really good against Templar, because Templar doesn't have like any passives, but it does cut through the refraction quite nicely with Scorched Earth, and you definitely need an Axe if you want to be effective Doom against Viper, and Axe is just a pretty good upgrade anyway. But yeah, it rounds out nicely. So LV, they're gonna have an offlane Doom. I suspect. I don't know. I suspect they could go Invoker dual lane bottom and a dual lane mid with Ember Spirit and IO.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it's not bad because Ember Spirit's pretty good with the Flame Guard against Templar. But I imagine Invictus Gaming will respond easily with Alina there in mid. Because Alina has amazing attack range. It's like, what, 670 or something like that?
Oh yeah, it's one of the biggest in the game, if not the longest. It's up there for sure.
Yeah, before Sniper levels it up, I think it's the longest.
Yep.
So, and then like you get, what are the other ones? It's Sniper and then the Axe upgrade for Enchantress. And there's going to be a Venomancer for Luo. Haven't seen them pick this for a long time. I love Venomancer. I've always been a big fan of Core Veno. Yep. Much more so than Support Veno.
I'm a fan of Core Veno so long as he's not built like... So long as he's one of those cores that is kind of, again, like a Jakiro. Like, you farm him and you get some items, but you're not, like, really trying to take him late. Like, the whole concept to me is, at least the way it's always looked to me in pro games whenever it's most effective, is you farm him, you get something like an early mech, maybe even an early blink, you can go a fairly early veil, but then you stop farming and you start fighting a lot, and then you can make space for another hero if needs be, or just continue to take it to him. And speaking of taking it to him, I think that's what IG is going to be trying to do with this lineup. I mean, they don't have a traditional late-game hero. I mean, TA is not bad. She can scale remarkably well, especially if she goes something like an early Midas, as we've seen Arteezy do in the West quite frequently. But this is definitely a fighting lineup where on the side of LV, Ember, naturally kind of late-game oriented. Doom goes very well late, and the Invoker same way. So... I'm kind of disappointed. Well, I don't know. Are they just going to solo him? Yeah, I think they're going to aggro. I was just going to say, I actually really like their chance to aggro into LV a lot. You got two unbelievably squishy supports in DDC and Demons on the Skywrath and the Io respectively, and Inflame, who is going first point Quas. So they're going to have tremendous kill potential here.
Yeah, I would have liked to, I think, see Viper solo short and then have Venomancer in the tri-lane, but... The one problem that could occur is that we've seen a lot of teams respond nicely to aggro tri-lanes that are just better than theirs by ganking the solo short hero, like a Viper, for instance. I mean, LV knows his firsthand because that was Whisper.
Right.
And Viper is not a very good hero at turning things early on. He's good at turning it once he gets a mech, but early on he's got extremely low movement speed. The single target slow is not very impressive. But turning from Venomancer is a little bit better. But I'm very curious to see how LV responds. They have a ward up that did see, I think, some of these heroes, if not now it sees all of them. So they know exactly what's up. It's going to be a solo Skywrath mage support with literally nothing but 1 clarity and 3 tangos.
They're jungling the Doom. That's happening. They're level 1 jungling this Doom. And
okay.
Yeah, and they're doing it with just a stout shield at that. This is not very efficient unless you get some help from somebody. Well,
I mean, I don't think they can fight this tri-lane at all, so they're just trying to do the best they can to dodge this. I mean, DDC, his hero is one of the fastest in the game, like without boots. He's sitting at 325 movement speed, so if he can soak anything, it's not terrible. I don't know. We'll see.
It's pretty bad.
This is some weird stuff going on.
This is not looking great for LV whatsoever. Unless they can get... What's Whisper doing? He's just... Oh, he's waiting for level 2. He's leeching mana. Or not leeching mana. He's leeching experience from mid. And Io's doing the same thing. Demons is just hanging around. So the tried and true 1-3-1 approach. Tri-lane mid. As Inflame is taking a bit of abuse from Luo up at top. Speaking of, Luo has 5 CS and the Invoker has 3. And they're going to dive DDC before long. Like, it's not going to take long at all for them to decide that's what they want to do.
He was actually looking for a gank on top of Ferrari. He's a little bit of trouble. There is a stomp ready. Wham bam, thank you ma'am, and he gets it. It's no first blood. Chuan TP's in with fast response, but he's only level 1 and can't really do that much damage.
I find that kind of amazing. Like, this is some of the wonkiest lanes I've seen in a long time from LV, yet they managed to make it work. They were hanging. They were just waiting on an opportunity. Now they're all going to rotate elsewhere and heading up to top, it would seem. In the meantime, DDC did find level 2 by some miracle.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is how teams respond, and it's so good. Luo's going to spot him out right now because he has a ward right there, but I think he's going to die. It's a very nice
two-man Gale. And there's the stomp. Is Cold Snap enough? They need a little bit more. Gale has a lot of time left on it. They got to get a little bit more range damage. Whisper, get out of the way. You got to let Inflame by. Inflame went 2 points into Quas, or he could have invoked the West X. No, the spirits so close. They're still going for it. This IO going deep. You could say, no, I'm not going to make that joke. Anyway, figure it out. Figure it out. It's not very complicated. It's toilet humor, but a nice evasion of that gank from Luo with that beautiful two-man Gale.
That's exactly what I was talking about. The turning potential of, I mean, I guess he didn't really turn it, but he survived it. If that's a Viper up there, no way he lives.
Yep.
Like, he's just simply much slower. I guess Venomancer isn't that fast himself, actually, now that I think about it. In fact, he's 285 without boots as well. I didn't know that. I thought he was actually a little bit faster, like 290 or 295.
Mm-hmm. Well, IG has Chizbug up at top now, and DDC is getting a lot down here now. He's not necessarily CSing that well, as in not at all. He has 0. But he is up to level 3 already, just in their absence. And the gank on mid successful. Now they're going to try to go again. This time, though, it's going to be onto Inflame as IG catches him with the Gale. Light Striker Raid. Pretty easy to land whenever you're moving that slow. And this is going to be an easy kill as IG finds their way onto the board.
Yeah, this is pretty awful for LV. Like, I thought that maybe they could make a little bit more of that. They really needed that gank to connect onto Luo, like, desperately. And not getting that. They're not getting anything out of bottom. Like, he's not soaking up enough experience to validate this. Ferrari's not doing too badly in mid. And they're essentially kind of hoarding, like, a tri-lane mid. Like, they're all hovering around mid. And Doom, like, if he just straight up jungled, he'd be, like, level 4.5.
Yeah.
Or, okay, not that much. Maybe, like, 3.5, 4, depending on the levels, or the creeps he would get. But he's just running around aimlessly.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of level 1 jungle Doom. You get to level 2, level 3, whatever. I mean, it's really just that first level, you know, ducking into the jungle with a stout shield and a quelling blade. In this case, not even a quelling blade. Super inefficient, but Ferrari will be picked off again in mid. Now there could be a reprisal. Chizbug and Chuan were there, but nope, they're just going to watch him walk away. Come on, guys, got to revenge your homie.
Yep, doing a good job. The Flame Guard is really good, as I mentioned, or any kind of dot damage is good against TA. And they have, I guess they have that in the Doom, which is not too bad. TA's going to TP top. He's just going to jungle. He actually has no stacks. Okay, well, we've seen it all, folks.
This has been an interesting game of Dota. Like, this has essentially been a duo/tri-lane mid, basically for 5 straight minutes. Like, Doom has definitely spent more time near mid. He's now gone down the bottom, finally. But he spent more time near mid with IO in a tri-lane in mid than he did anywhere else during the first 5 minutes of this game. And we can see Luo going to be caught. Yep. Tornado EMP. There's the Ancient Seal behind him, and this one connects. And he actually bought his Arc Boots right before he died, so good play there to not lose any gold nonetheless. He does end up dropping, makes it 3-1 LV.
I think they could easily gank the Viper as well. He's gone for an interesting build in that he's gone 2-2-1 for his skills, and he actually has phase boots, so this is a very high damage, low survivability build that I don't think is that effective on Viper in my personal opinion. I like just tanking up. I like abusing the fact that Corrosive Skin's extremely strong, but it's not going for that. So if they actually any kind of rotation down here, like with the Wisp +1, they get an easy kill on June.
All right, now staying alone, Chuan finds himself a bounty rune. Just heard a Viper strike onto Whisper, and no follow-up whatsoever. And he also has Scorched Earth, so able to regen. ZYF continuing to CS quite well. Not quite as well as the Viper, but like you said, Viper's build means he's going to be a little glass cannonish for a while.
And here's the response. This is it. Come to ZYF. He's going to get the tether once he gets in range with the Syrian Chains. Easy kill. Like, look at how fast he dies. Wow. That's why you don't go for that build. To be fair, if he did go a different build, he still would have died. Like, to be fair.
I can just hear you saying those exact words in that exact tone of voice in a pub whenever you're playing with a Viper and he does that and you go, dude, don't do it. Then he dies. I think that's why you don't go that build.
Well, yeah. Well, usually I'm muted, but yes, when I'm not, that's what I would. I actually haven't been muted for like a good 4 weeks.
Nice.
It's like a personal record.
You know, I've never been muted. I've never been in low prio.
Oh, I am a frequent visitor.
4-1, and LV wants to continue to build on this lead. We'll take a look at the goal graph once I'm sure we're not going to see somebody die here. It looks like are they backing off for realsies or just for playsies? Looks like, no, just backing off long enough to throw Remnant. And they are rotating Chuan up. He's level almost 5. But yeah, they're just going to get the tower. Here's going to be a TP. Viper strike on the Whisper. They want something in return. They should be able to get one. There's a Gale only caught one, but ZYF manages to get off 2 Searing Chains. Still mostly a defensive measure. They will escape, but they rotated 4 for that. Only got the Doom and lost their tower. Don't think that was really worth their time.
And they're still jungling TA, man. Like, I think he's got, I looked at his CS, I think he's got maybe 8 CS since he started jungling. It's not even that effective. He is level 6, puts a trap down top. The top river, and DDC in the meantime, because of all the shenanigans, has actually soaked up some good levels. He's almost level 6 himself.
That's really good for him, given how crazily the lanes for LV began. Tier 1 now under assault, and Tier 1 down the bottom under assault as well. They have a glyph on LV's side. They deploy it on IG, so should just be a flat-out trade.
If they win this, this is a huge testament to the skill of LV, because I think this is a pure example of being completely outplayed. Like, I think IG's lane setup and their draft is just, I think it's better, but I think LV is just moving around so much smarter, and yeah, they're just completely outplaying IG right now.
Couldn't agree with you more. They trade Tier 1s. Looks like it's going to be a minus build on the Doom. Don't hate it, but don't love it either. I think they could just, if he got a blink dagger and then they just started blinking on the TA to start fights, what in the hell are they going to do with the Viper being where he is right now, which is not bad CS-wise, but he's died once. He's going, he is tanking up now, actually. He's picked up a chainmail, so I don't know. I just don't worry nearly as much about a Viper getting out of hand as I do a TA, and if the Doom got a blink, he could just be in her face all game long, and it wouldn't matter. Like, she wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah, I like the Midas.
Of course you do.
I just think it's really good on Doom, because I don't know, it makes your farming capabilities just so much stronger. And he does benefit from levels too, so.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've always liked Midas on Doom, unless it's really, really late, or if like sometimes if you're like a 1-position Doom, I don't think Midas is actually. It sounds kind of productive, but I actually don't think Midas is as good, because I think getting more utility items like, for instance, Envy to me when he played 1-position Doom. Hold that thought.
Doom.
Speaking of Doom, he's actually going to use his ulti on June, which is really good with the cold snap.
Here comes Chuan to try to bail him out. We've got a lot of people converging here. This is going to turn into a major fight. There's going to be the ulti from Luo that caught Whisper as well. Wow, Mystic Flare totally whiffed. June is going to barely survive that Doom. And nice shot. Manages to catch him with the Light Strike Array. He's going to try to TP away. And God, no. Ooh. And whenever you see the particle animation finishing for TP and you still die, that is maddening. That's the kind of thing that makes you slam a mouse on the desk.
Yes, it is actually. That was so close. That felt like the longest TP forever. Probably felt way longer for him too, because you always feel like it's the longest TP when you're the one on the short end of the stick. For I-430's going for a Midas. I feel like I can just feel the frustration from him this game. Like, I feel like, and this is a guy that I feel like is very composed most of the time, and I don't know, but I hear a Viper Strike in mid. This is probably going to be a death of Whisper, because yeah, June went for a very aggressive build, but I feel like Ferrari's usually composed and not too emotional, but I don't know, something about this game just tells me, just because he just ran deliberately into the jungle, that he's pissed off or something.
Well, it's not even that he ran there. You realize he's been here for like, what, 6 minutes? Something like that? 6-7 minutes he's been in the jungle just hitting the creeps.
Yeah, he actually TP'd to the tier 2 tower to go jungle too.
Yeah, which is hilarious, because look, I mean, like, that is not that long of a distance to just walk.
Yeah.
Oh well, they still got some room to make up. Let's take a look at the net worth, and he's actually, all things considered, a jungle TA not that bad. He is actually out farming the core Venomancer they originally set out to farm. And speaking of that, Veno, what's he doing? What's he up to? Is he going Scepter first item? Like, well, first after arc boots anyway. Yeah, he's got a point booster.
Well, who's another mech carrier? I guess Viper. Okay, yeah, so Viper's gonna get that. Except Viper went phase boots again. Like, mech, remember, they buffed I should say they nerfed the mana cost on it.
Yep.
So it's very expensive now. I hear EMP. It's not gonna hit though.
It was on June.
Top lane, top jungle, I should say. DDC coming for some aggressive warding. Chuan is going to run into him. He's just going to silence him away. There's a relocate, though. They're going to fight this.
And here we go. Inflame and Demons coming to battle. There's the tornado. Chuan gets off a stun just a little bit early. Now Ferrari finally going to get in the mix of something. Inflame's going to eat a lot of damage with the Viper Strike. Here's CYF. Comes in with the steering changes and ulti from Luo. They get Ferrari out. It's a big get, and they will finish him off. CYF ends up dropping as well, though. That's a bad, bad trade. And DDC down. Somehow the Invoker survived. Oh, he ghost walked. I didn't even see him do that in the midst of all the action. The fact that he survived makes it not so bad. In fact, let's see. That is slightly in favor of IG.
Inflame is playing with fire, man.
Oh, wow.
Or playing with poison, I should say. Luo gets the Gale!
You better run, son. He uses his magic wand and he ghost walks again. So...
Oh my god. So, you know, the animation of it's actually, I want to say bugged, but it's kind of screwy. Mm-hmm. Like, it will actually show it hitting you, even though sometimes it doesn't hit you.
Yep. It's like it has a fade time, like at the end of it, like it fades away. And so it looks like it goes further. Well,
yeah, I play a lot of Lena, so that's happened to me, and I've been like, are you
really?
serious?
I'd like... the few times we played together and whenever we talk, you make it sound like you play basically PA and that's it.
What? I never play PA.
Really? The last time we played was at D2L Western Challenge, and I played Crystal Maiden and you. Well, I played CM because you asked me to do it so you could spam your Stifling Dagger.
Yeah, right now I'm spamming Lena as my spam hero.
Fun. Chuan being pursued, and once again... LV pouring it on. That's a mega kill streak. That's a 5-0 IO. 5-0 on Demons. Kid's a player.
He is. He's going insane, man. He's almost going to mech for himself with arcane boots.
Nice.
Yep. So, it's really good for him.
That Yasha on the way for ZYF.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, let's look this game. What can he get rid of? Again, nothing too impressive. The Gale that's level 1. Oh, it's actually level 2 now. He's not going for max poison sting. Kind of interesting there. He can get rid of the trap from TA. He can dodge some spells with it.
If he timed it really well, couldn't he dodge Light Strike Array?
Maybe. Yes, maybe. But
I mean, we saw maybe. Speaking of, we saw maybe dodge Centaur Stomp or Hoof Stomp. Using Manta. I think he could do it, because I'm sure it's like the same thing. Like if you go back to Warcraft 3, though, it's probably the exact same effect, just named differently and different stats on it.
Yeah, I'm sure he could. There's the Midas. A bit later than I thought it was going to come out. I thought it would come out around the 12-minute mark, but still has it. He must not have been able to use a courier, because he just got it delivered and he has 700 gold, just like that. So he's probably had it for at least a minute.
Mm-hmm. In Flames here, Ghost walked. And they were kind of baiting DDC there. It's a good thing they didn't take the bait. Or they both might be dead, because there were 3 here. Chizbug, Chuan, and June. They are going to go ahead and counter ward in the meantime. And looks like things are going to get quiet for a little while. It's going to be about 500 gold. Not quite that for Demons to get his mech. He's going to not throw a stack on the Ancients, because that's not very efficient, I guess. 16-minute rune, illusion, and what did he grab? Got a bounty. Of course he got that.
Oh, action up in the jungle. Rumble in the jungle. Here comes the relocate. Ferrari's in trouble.
Ferrari.
Dear Lord.
That's an angry Ferrari 430. That's his 4th death. He has not tallied a kill. He has not been a part of a kill. He is falling way behind. And all told, whenever it is useful to bring this up, because you think about it, it's like, oh, they just gained gold. They just gained 800 gold and 1,000 experience in their favor from that. That's insane.
Viper's actually atop the net worth. That's crazy too. He's got 3 kills under his belt. A lot of CS, I suppose that's why. As he does have the most CS. There's a smoke coming out of IG. It is a it's a solo ogre, and he just popped it.
Yep.
Chuan's pissed it off a little bit too.
There's a sentry. Yep. They ping him immediately. Such quick reactions. Inflame going the Quaswex build and doing it the way you like him to do it, at least partially. I know you say you like to see like boot straight up Orchid. He went drums first, but Orchid after.
If you remember when ZYF, I hope he has a remnant out. Yeah, he's gonna go run away. If you remember when there was a period of time where like mid Invoker with Quaswex was very, very popular, and that was the build. It was just straight. It was like phase boot straight into Orchids at like 10, 11 minutes. And then you go for the Maelstrom. And that was the build that people did for a long time.
Little counter warding here. But yeah, I do remember that, by the way. God, it is amazing whenever I think back of the changes in this game I've witnessed since I really started to cast Dota. And I can't imagine for you. You've been playing for a decade, right?
Well, I've been playing Han for about... for Dota 2 for about a year. A little over a year.
Well, I'm talking like Dota 1 days, though.
Dota 1, it's so hard for me to remember so much stuff. Like, I stopped playing way before Phoenix came out.
June loses his mana. But still, you played Dota 1, and then you played Han, which for a time was basically a Dota clone.
Yeah.
And just the changes I've seen in just, 3.5 years of doing this with Dota. Actually, yeah, just about 3 exactly. But just the changes I've seen alone. And like I remember going back to the old days when this is my favorite thing to bring up because people who just started playing like a year and a half ago or something can't even conceive of it. Back when Darkseer's Scepter allowed the wall to create allied illusions. And you could push with 10 heroes. Like basically you could push like the equivalent of 10 heroes. You could control them. And the funny thing is at that time it was like that for months and no one picked him. Like it was so OP, it was unbelievable. And finally they figured it out and it was first pick, first ban to the point it got changed almost immediately after. But like that just goes to show there are things in the game right now that are super powerful that no one has shown you yet. So get out there and experiment.
Yeah, I actually remember that when Darkseer was really popular. I wasn't playing Dota 2 yet at all. But I remember being at DreamHack competing for Han, and I remember looking. A lot of us were watching the Dota games, and Darkseer was picked up every single game. Yep. And I remember getting just mad, like, God, Darkseer and Lone Druid are so broken. That's what I just kept saying.
June caught from behind by Inflame. And there's the relocate as well. This is working out so well. June is basically just running around the map in Viz, looking for a target. As soon as he spots someone, he cold snaps and EMPs and goes, hey, here, ping, ping, ping. And then there's the relocate to death every time.
Yep. Things are going very, very well. I'm still surprised that actually, even though he just died right there, June actually has some decent farm. But the rest of the team, not so much. Ooh, I did hear an ultimate coming out from Lena. Got some nice streak kill out of Demons. So fighting back just a little bit.
Yeah, they're not that far behind. It feels like they've lost all momentum because in practicality they kind of have. They're going to get this. Maybe one more auto attack would have done it. He actually had his Orchid done, but didn't have it on him. ZYF pursuing Chuan. He's going to get the Chizbug. Maybe. No. Very close. But unable to finish it off. But Ember Spirit in the meantime does he have a Perseverance in the Courier? No, he doesn't. So Battle Fury not quite done.
And I'm also surprised that Doom isn't really taking off with his net worth. He's sitting right in the middle, actually. Right next to the, actually 10 gold, give or take, from the Veno. Despite him going from a Greedy Midas and having Devour. So Veno has an Aghanims. I don't know if you mentioned that, but that's pretty good for him, considering he's level 2 with his ulti.
Yep.
So if he hits a number of targets with that, it's going to do actually a significant amount of damage. And Ferrari, he's going to go for defensive build now after this Midas. Inflame spots him out, though. If relocate's off cooldown, this is going to be another kill. Yep.
Here it comes. Death number 5. Ferrari has nothing. He's still working on the BKB at 21 minutes in. It's a first item BKB after Midas. And ZYF there once again. ZYF 3-1 and 7. And there's a relocate back out. Not even worried, bro. And like, poor Ferrari, man. This has just been a horrendous game.
It really has. It's got to be frustrating. Like, mid lane should have been okay for him, but he had too much aggression coming his way. IG had a good plan with their lane setup, but LV really outplayed him in the laning phase with some good ganks up mid, one gank up top. and just creating pressure and space for all their heroes, really.
There's going to be an ulti.
Oh,
that's
sorry.
Nope, it's all good. They got ZYF, and I mean, it's doing decent damage to him. God, that Venomancer ulti is so brutal. Just look at this, tick him down. And they got him with the, yeah, he actually had him with the Gale as well, and he'd put points into Gale. I just want to watch this if nothing else happening on the map. Yeah, that got him down. Just the ulti and the Gale got him down to about a quarter health. That's how strong level 2 Veno is with a Scepter. So good.
Who did he cast it on?
ZYF.
Oh, okay. I see he's full HP. He just remnant and then TP home.
No, he bottled.
Oh, okay.
But
he's going to have his Battle Fury here in about 600 gold or so.
Venodetsky's. That's a killing spree for Inflame. There's a relocate. They're going to try to turn it back around. Beautiful two-man Searing Chains. Going to jump right on top and chop away. Ferrari says, I'm out, man. I'll go back to the fountain the easy way. Just don't hurt me no more.
Yeah, this is just outplay and outskilling. Like, totally outclassing IG right now.
Yeah. I worry
Not much
for
more
IG.
to say about it.
I worry for IG. There have been rumblings, both public and private, that something is unwell in the house of Invictus. And I mean, their owner. I hate to be a gossip monger, but let's be honest right now. It's just us wandering around and watching LV get kills. But their owner had some things to say that weren't very encouraging about his and IG's commitment to Dota, and hopefully that reverses. But I don't know. I worry for Invictus Gaming. It's sad.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Action on Twan.
And June's going to BKB ZYF right up in front. And there's going to be a concussive shot that comes from the rafters. Chuan cleaned up by DDC's Mystic Flare. And June got doomed, but he's going to be able to make it back quite easily. They can probably go to a free Roshan right now if they feel like it.
Yeah. I was just thinking in my head, like, theory crafting, like, what if they relocated to where Viper was just so you can get some extra ticks on that Aghanim Scepter and then just, like, TP out?
That's actually sick.
But, yeah, that would be really cocky and unprofessional.
Well, who was it we were watching that did that? They chased them all the way back to the fountain. It wasn't that long ago. It was a day or two ago. They chased them all the way back to the fountain, and like they were standing like in the back of the fountain. But the Doom was like right here, and the Doom wasn't in because he was close enough.
I don't remember who it was, but I think I vaguely remember that.
Up, here we go. Ferrari
like
dead again. Well, it's been you just get the impression of he's like, oh, hang on a second, it's been 3 minutes. Let's go kill Ferrari again. Okay. Poor dude. And like you said, I mean, games like this, we've all had them. You don't talk, you don't type, you just stare, and then as soon as you respawn, you run right back to where you died because you kind of quit caring.
Yep, there's Inflame.
Nope.
Nice, quick reaction. And the supports are so poor, they just don't have any reveal.
Oh, Jim.
Very unfortunate.
Jim up on Shizbug. Just bought it.
Okay. Well, they have that. If he loses that, that's going to be devastating. And actually, well, they're gonna spot and flame here. Yeah, that's an easy kill.
One too many times, buddy. Like, and that's where you just like, you just come on quietly. Like, they bought a gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ping. Wait. Gym right there.
Well, BKB onto Ferrari, except the one thing I worry is that this Doom is just gonna destroy that, and not gonna give two shits about it.
No.
They already pinged him. They're just that was a ping saying he's got BKB.
And June doing some damage here, but Chuan landing a little too late to get the IO. But just to come back to something you were mentioning, and I kind of want to know why. Why hasn't this Doom exploded? Like, I can't tell you the last time I saw a professional caliber Doom max devour, as you are usually going to do, and get a minus and be anything but top 2 in net worth. Like, it just doesn't happen. And it'd be one thing if he died a bunch. I mean, he's died twice, which stinks, but it's not like he's been just feeding all over the map or anything.
Well, he's coming close. Like, he's getting on up there, but they just want to keep up the aggression. They just want to keep getting kills and fight. Like, they know they're ahead. They don't want to give IG a chance to creep back into this game. But he's getting there. He's got his blink now. He's top 4. Very close to the other members that are 2 and 3 respectively, with the Viper and the Invoker. So Yeah, he's fine. Comes more aggression from Inflame. He does know that Chizbug has the gem. Could find Ferrari here. Oh, Ferrari knows it though.
Yep, immediately refracts and uses his invis. They're going to loop back around and see if they can find Luo. DDC has to suspect he's here. And yeah, they're just going to run Ferrari out. Would have been pretty hilarious if Ferrari goes, okay, I can't farm my jungle anymore. Comes down here and as soon as he crosses the river, dies in this jungle. That would have been hilarious. But fortunately for IG, not the case.
This is very bold by Luo. They just pinged out that they know that he placed a ward. Are they going to check him out?
They have to see
he's placing
this.
fresh wards here. They have to be like, dude, these wards weren't here before. They're not checking it out.
Cheeky little Venom Dancer. IG's doing something sneaky, trying to get themselves back into it, and it looks like LV is none the wiser. They end up taking the top tier 2.
These wards just keep coming out.
That's gotta be frustrating.
He just tornadoed somewhere. Where did it go? Alright. This is hilarious. Oh, that's 2 wards now. Oh, here Roshan.
Oh, Relocate's gonna get there. Jeez, Chizbug dies immediately. Chuan's gonna die amidst a Mystic Flare. They give Ferrari, of all people, the Aegis. And his BKB is gonna expire like now. They're gonna catch him? They should. Yep, Cold Snap, Orchid, Searing Chains. Doom's holding on to the Doom, doesn't even need it, and he knows it. Aegis gone, he'll Doom this fresh one, probably. And nope, actually not going to do so. Thought he would have. He's actually gonna... Okay. That's, I don't understand that Doom at all.
No, well, what happened was he blinked out from the Viper's ulti to disjoin it. And then since he was already far away, he just... Since the BKB came out from the Viper, he's like, oh, they're probably going to fight us. Ah. So if anything, it was actually kind of a waste of the Blacking Bar from June. And then that Doom was just a response to it, but... Yep.
Gotcha. This is why I am not as good at Dota as you are. It just seemed odd because it seemed like the rest of his team had already decommitted from the fight. And like they just, like no one had said, hey, we're backing off. It's just of the 4 that were there, 3 immediately assumed they were and Whisper didn't. But whatever the case may be, they're in great shape and continue to be in flame. Being chased back. By the way, did Chizbug drop his gem? He was the one who had it. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Did he? It's actually on the video now. Luo's got it.
They must have purchased a new one, or...
No, it's Chizbug's.
Well, there's... Oh, really? Well, there's a gem on Skywrath. I'm pretty sure it... Maybe he already gave it to him before he died, so yeah, that must have been it.
I think that was. Relocate. Going right onto it. Guess what? That gem's on the ground now. And DDC ends up dead as well, but June trying to man-fight this. It's bold. He's going to be able to bring down demons. And now going to try to run. And he's going to Remnant right through. One last right-click does it. And there's the gem, and Inflame will pick it up. And this one, I do believe, is about ready to wind itself down.
Yep. Templar Assassin's doing his... This is what you always say, I like. Doing his best Luo impression from Game 1. As he's 0-6-0. But, yeah, you really can't blame him. Like, he had a really rough lane in mid. Not too much response to really help him out. The TPs came in, but they were just way too late. Doom coming out in Ferrari. Kind of an awkward time to cast it, but we'll see if this is fortuitous.
He's fairly tanky. The rest of his team just kind of hanging back like, yeah, it's fine, we'll bail you out. So they managed to get 2 kills regardless, and they're ready to reset. ZYF, again, kind of a yard cell build, but nonetheless is being effective. Yasha, Crystallis, and Battle Fury. Needs to finish something. Build a Manta. Or build a Daedalus. There you go. Good job, buddy.
He actually ported to his Remnant that was like 1 screen away just so he can get his item faster from the career. That was pretty funny.
That's the kind of thing you do whenever you're in a good mood and you're pretty sure you've won this match.
Yep.
Let's see how they want to crack tier 3. Looks like it's going to be bottom. Poor Chuan. Chuan is going to suffer his 7th death. There's a Gale that doesn't catch anything. I don't think it got anyone. No, it didn't. And Whisper going to be forced staff to safety. June is playing very aggressive. Here's the Ember bouncing all over the place. He's going to end up dead. He doesn't have any mana left. A lot of damage being done to June. He's still hanging. And here's Demons. Tornado. Catches June but doesn't get the kill. Luo is very low over there. Continuing to play relatively cheeky. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and head out. Did he throw? Do you have enough mana to throw a Remnant? Yeah, he did. He'll be back.
I saw relocate back, but it wasn't in time. I thought he was actually coming all the way from base and then like waiting out the duration of it to just bring them back to base instantly. But he must have just missed the relocate onto Doom because he got 4 staffed away. I don't know if that was his or someone else's, but maybe that forced him away out of the range from the tether. I don't know, but unfortunately, IO not able to get the best relocate away.
Ferrari, 0-6-0 for him, and he's going for Desolator. He's got 1 Mithril Hammer done, has enough to buy 1 more, but I think he's going to want to hang on to buyback. Good chance he's going to need it soon. And Inflame continuing to be cutesy. And Ward goes down. He's going to double back. Yep, pings it out. Says, hey, here's June. And he actually comes out just the D Ward. That's cheeky. Throws the tornado behind him. And that's a mass reaction from IG that is just got to be frustrating. He just D-wards the ward that just got dropped, 4 staffs away, tornadoes, and hits everyone, and you're just left standing in the secret shop angry.
Yep, I don't know how to stop the bleeding. This Ember's getting so farmed and is showing no signs of stopping. With this weird, crazy, casual Yasha. Same build every time, but it seems to be working, so I can't really knock it anymore.
Maybe he just really likes movement speed, man.
I think that's what it is. I think it's primarily for the movement speed.
Yep, just
it makes faster remnants, as I've talked about before.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. Juan gets off the Fire Blast, does nothing because of Flame Guard, and he actually will survive a little bit longer. That'll do something. Chizbug takes out a whole lot of anger in one big swipe as he blows ZYF off the map, and Demons dies as well. Maybe getting a little too cute for their own good. And who had the gem? I just saw them ping it. Is that another gem that was on the IO that he dropped? No, he's got a full inventory. And wow, DDC, the feed is real. And he will get off a Mystic Flare, but it's irrelevant. And suddenly IG takes a deep breath and tries to reset.
Huh.
Here comes Whisper. And there's the Doom on June. Inflame. Looping around. They're just going to... Whisper's got his scepter and hasn't had it for a while, so he's just going to try to stay on top of it. And there's going to be a nice ulting from Luo. And June's still going to end up dead to this, I think. Yeah. That was an actually really nice attempt to deny from Luo. Inflame's once again going to escape. But they did get the kill on the Viper. And just heard her relocate. Yep, that's actually Demons. Who's just hanging out with him. Is he going to double back and go to try to kill Luo? Is this happening? He's looking for something. And
well, they're getting definitely a little complacent. Like, this Viper's actually caught up really nicely. Which is very surprising. This hero doesn't farm that fast, but with the Shadow Blade and just getting some extra kills under his belt, 9, 4, and 3. Inflame trying to find Chuan, and I think he's going to. Yep, he found him.
Definitely
Chuan
great.
spotted. The ward's in a bleed place too. He has a gem. It's gonna die. Oh no, Chuan. You can't help but laugh, and I don't know why. I think it's just because it's Swan, but kind of sucks.
Yeah, it sucks when it happens to you. But I think that's why everyone laughs, because we've all been Chuan at some point. We've all been Chuan and Ferrari. We've never been that good, but we've all been that bad, and know exactly how frustrating it is. And it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, so I'm running through my own jungle, no one's near me, and suddenly I die to a Mystic Flare. Excellent. Perfect.
Yep. Still continue to be impressed by the individual performers of LV, like CYF. It's got a second Crystallis, so it's actually very close to a second Daedalus too. But yep, looking still pretty good for LV, but as I mentioned, Viper has a lot of farm. Wondering what he wants to go with his last ulti orb. Probably Lincoln's.
Doing what he can, which is nothing against a Flame Guard. June actually threw out the Viper Strike and does connect, but ZYF will make it home safely, no problem.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a Lincoln's is my guess.
On
Pretty
him?
good against Doom.
On the Viper?
Yeah.
Well, his
Has enough for
BKB's got to be down to 5. Yeah, down to 5 seconds. So I'm actually really surprised that this match has drug on as long as it has. I thought it was going to end about 10 minutes ago. But,
well,
IG holding the line, man.
They're holding the line. I mean, their base defense with Luo is pretty strong. Relocate mid. Only his demons.
And, oh, wow, they actually just blew Laguna Blade on him. Pipe was used. And they're going to have to run away again. They are definitely getting sloppy on the side of LV. They need to tighten up.
Super sloppy. Like the last 3 relocates seems. Oh, a very nice tornado. It does connect with. Oh my god.
That crit plus that level death. And Doom finishes himself as Shiva's. And there was an ulti that went off, and just look at Inflame being burned down here. I think he's going to try to deny himself, isn't he? No, he doesn't have to. He's going to survive.
He's fine. He has 4 in a quas, so he's checking out Roshan. It's actually, yeah, he's getting some traps killed as well. And yeah, there's the Lincolns for Viper.
Good call. I don't know. The Viper just doesn't feel very threatening. He's got this Shadow Blade. You know, I mean, I like the Lincolns a lot, but he's just kind of all over the place. His damage output isn't that impressive on anyone except like the Skywrath and the IO. And we saw what happens whenever an Ember Spirit gets on top of somebody at this point. He's got 2 Daedalus. And he's hitting for 372 damage. Not too shabby, and that's before a crit.
Yep, he's doing good for himself. As long as he doesn't get stun locked and his Flame Guard goes out before the Lina ulti, I think he'll be fine.
Let's see what IG's up to. Roshan not up yet, but will be up in a matter of seconds. And looks like they want to hem it up and keep an eye on things. Forge Spirit does spot them. And they're just continuing to farm forever on the side of LV. Like, I'm surprised they haven't grouped as 5 and just gone yet. They're, if anything, giving Ferrari time to catch up. He's got a Deso now. And there's Whisper using his Shivas. They pull back and reset. There's the pipe pop. Now they want to try to pursue this. Let's see who, if anyone, they can catch. ZYF coming from a funny angle. And yep, Chuan gets hexed. And Shizbug has to pull back. So Chuan down in a flash. And now they might try to push mid.
Yeah, I thought he was going to doom the Templar Assassin there, but really second-guessed himself. They're picking out Roche. IG will know this because they do have a trap. That trap's going to get destroyed here in a second once the gem comes by. But Roche should die here relatively fast. Picking out a possible ward too. It's not going to see, of course, inside the pit, but once Luo throws a ward down in there, that they will know this. Luo, does he have a blink? He does, so he can go in here. This is going to do a lot of damage.
Yep, there's the ulti off.
Dear Lord.
And now they got to come back out. Aegis picked up by the Ember Spirit. Whisper being engaged upon. Gets off the Shivas again. ZYF in some trouble. And he's doing what damage he can. The Aegis is going to end up getting fed here. That's 3 down in exchange for 1. And June makes it 4. Here comes the Ember back up. Ferrari going to be hit with Searing Chains. And he is going to bounce to the high ground and TP away. So they get the Aegis, but they lose 3.
It's crazy how much damage this Venom ulti does with the Ags. His net worth is 10,000. It's right in the middle. It's the, what is it? It's almost lower than actually everyone on LV except for the Skywrath. Like the Wisp is right there with him, but it did so much damage. Yeah, June got credit for the kill, but that was like on the last couple ticks of his auto attacks. It was mostly the Venom ulti, and Venom died just the second after he cast his ulti. He almost died so fast he didn't get the ulti off.
And suddenly IG, despite the deficit they face, is really on a roll, man. This TA has climbed her way back up to 3rd position. Ferrari, who is 0-6-2 on this poor TA, has put himself into the top 3 net worth category. And granted, he is 6,000 behind the Ember Spirit, who is top. But the fact that he's ahead of the Doom especially is kind of amazing. I mean, this Doom went first item Midas, and he still didn't explode. And Ferrari was jungling for like 10 minutes. Jungling the TA from like level 5 or something ridiculous.
Oh, the gem.
And ZYF does find himself a solo kill on the Veno. But LV has got to tighten up. They have got to start doing their job. BKB on the Ember Spirit. That's an interesting choice.
Yeah, I like it. Like, like I said, he just can't get stun locked and then he'll be fine. There's not enough damage from the Viper and the... well, there might be enough damage from the Viper and the TA, but they just can't get a hold of him. And that's why he builds the BKB. So, the gem is picked up by the Courier. So at the very least, IG has that going for them. But I agree. I think that they've gotten very, very lazy and complacent. Here comes perhaps their chance to rectify that, as they are all smoked up. Ready to go. Ward inside the base.
And Lincoln's popped. There's the Doom. And he's going to chase him all the way back to the fountain. That's going to be the plan, and he is just bursted to death. Down he goes. Chizbug next on the list. Luo will be back up in 5 seconds. Buyback on the Viper. Only the TA has buyback on the side of IG now. This is going to be our first set of racks down. And Chuan going to be caught. There's going to be a very nice ulti from Luo. And Ferrari comes in to try to clean house. Whisper going to be left behind and brought down. Chizbug back into the fight as well. And we see ZYF having to hoof it. He, yep, ends up dead. Double kill for Ferrari. Everyone else has to just run like hell. They only get to tier 3, no racks. And you'd think, you know, you'd think they would have noticed Luo was back up. And I understand it's tough to preemptively do, but you bought BKBs presumably to help deal with that, and didn't see it go off, or did he? Did he actually activate that? Hang on. Luo on top of Inflame, and it's still not going to be able to kill him.
Flame is playing really well this game, kiting out abilities and just on top of his ghost walks and very, very quickly. But yeah, they're not respecting this Venom ult at all. It's doing so much work, and he doesn't even have like any other items. It's just blink ags. That's it.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, IG likes the way towers look
Radiant structures
and wants to take a run at one. I can't believe this game has reached this point where they have had a 5-figure lead for 20 minutes now, and Chuan going to be caught, disarmed, and has all of his mana drained. He is basically just a walking creep right now. And still hanging around for moral support. But yeah, like, this is a little disturbing, really. Like, again. And then look at this. Now there's a big dip. Like, it had spiked up to just about 17,000 gold in terms of net worth advantage for LV. And it's beginning to turn southward. And it's one thing to get it and lose it. It's another to have it for 20 plus minutes and not be able to close out, not even be able to get a tier 3 until 20-some minutes later.
Well, Luo just blinked. If they had vision, they could have relocated there, but they don't have vision. Do they have a gem again? I feel like Gem is just playing hot potato. Speaking of, he actually just purchased a new one, so that answers my question. But, yeah, I think that this Doom really needs BKB. And Luo is doing a lot of damage, but also the Viper is doing so much damage. He has an AC now. He is technically 6-slotted. He can replace the mech, but it's still useful in these team fights. So, yep, he's 6-slotted.
Absurd. Net worth-wise, he's right near the top. It's actually clustered quite a bit now. There was a huge separation for the longest time. And they're all within range of each other to a certain extent. I mean, the Ember's outclassing everyone, but now the Viper and the TA are within a couple thousand. And then the fall-off is basically down to the Doom and the Invoker. Luo is really the one who hasn't transitioned quite as well. He's picked up an ulti orb. We'll see what he wants to grab to go with it. Could be another Lincoln's.
To be honest, the Doom is just actually not really farmed as well as I thought either.
Yep.
He's right in the middle, and he's had and he went for a first item Midas after the Tranquils.
And they're going to pursue this out. They just catch demons straight away. Might have been a waste of a Laguna Blade. ZYF looks like he wants to fight. And Ferrari, I mean, and this one I was talking about, Ferrari was behind, but they just kind of messed around and let him sit in the jungle for so long. He's actually got items, like a lot of them, and he's hitting really freaking hard.
Yep, he's actually 6-slotted outside of the Midas. So that's I don't know, man. This one actually could go really late. Could be anyone's game now at this point. LV's taken way too long, and yeah, I mean, IG's showing their strength and their late game prowess. They have level 3 up on the Bloodlust as well, so Ogre Magi is finally transitioning.
There's a tornado. Not going to catch anyone. LV's going to really kick themselves if they let this one get away. Like, it is shocking that it has reached this point. It looked like they had finally gotten it together when they decided to siege high ground, but they're even kind of sloppy about that. Yeah, their lead has been cut down by 1 full third. And it's ridiculous the lead was so high that even being cut down a third, it's still 10,000.
Yep, experience has been cut down by almost 2/3. 15k to almost 5k now.
Well, let's see what they got in the tank, and let's theorycraft. How about it? We've been kind of discussing it lately as if it was a fait accompli, but that is damn well not the case. And poor Chuan, 110-4 on him, and compared to everyone else, he is bottom feeder. Like, he has about as much gold now as most supports have at the 15-20 minute mark if they're having a good game. And he'll be able to obviously fill things up, but like you said, heroes are getting 6 slotted. Ultra late, who do you like?
Well, if this Doom could actually get some items, I think all would be fine, because they could just Doom 2 targets and then they just don't have to worry about those two targets anymore. But he's not getting enough items. He's just getting his BKB. He won't have a refresher for a while. I say that, which is funny, because Dooms just usually farm faster. But I don't know. It's really hard to say. I think I favor LV, just because IG's been playing the fights very, very well. But their two heroes, their 2 cores are essentially as big as they're gonna get. Like, they're not gonna get any bigger.
Oh, ZYF just killed a Vino Ward, and there's a whole team on the other side. They're gonna catch him. They blow him off the map. Io relocates, and not gonna accomplish a whole lot. Yeah, he's gonna die anyway. Yep, dead. Now in mid, they're gonna continue to collapse. IG has just taken this game back over for themselves. It's gonna be the Lincoln's popped and a Hex from Inflame. His right click on its own, not nearly enough. It's gonna be an EMP, but June just not gonna mind it. Shrugs it off. And I am super worried for LV right now. I think this game is completely turned on its head. And June throws out the Viper Strike. And he just doomed his Lincolns, didn't he?
No. Oh, wait, did he?
Yeah, he did. He just doomed his Lincolns. Wow.
Oh my god, this game is actually going to be over?
Yeah. Wow. I got nothing, man. Ember's going to buy back. There's a term in broadcasting called laying out, and just like, I feel like I should just lay out for a while, which means you just be quiet and let everyone take in what's taking place.
I don't know. I mean, their high ground defense is still good with Ember having double crit and a Battle Fury, but it's just looking bad. This Whiff he keeps dying. He's not tanky at all. And even the Ember Spirit, he got 2-shot, literally, by the TA.
Yep.
And he's replaced his... Oh, it's because he replaced his Midas with, I think, this Manta, I want to say. I think he had crit and Deso before. Yeah. So, yep. Templar is completely 6-slotted.
Heard a Sunstrike, and that was into the Roche pit right before Roche is actually going to spawn. Here comes another gank from IG. They're on the warpath, and they're going to find Inflame. He's going to force staff, but Chuan nearly caught him. He's going to turn back around and try to engage. He's engaging into a whole team and doesn't know it. Here comes everyone else, though. Chuan blown off the map. This is a chance for LV to try to turn it around. And here comes the Doom. And this time, the beautiful ulti out of Luo once again, but he is taking a lot of damage. Whisper gets focused by the ulti. June is disarmed for the moment. Ferrari still up and fighting. He's the one who ate the Doom that time. And let's see if they can follow it up. DDC's got it. Oh, he's just so dead. June and Ferrari are just chewing through everyone not on an Ember and not on a Doom. And Ferrari actually heads that way. Refraction just in time. Whisper actually eats a crit. Ferrari comes back out, trying to right-click him down, but a little too greedy. There's the Hex to follow and the Orchid. Can they get on him? Loses the Refraction. They're right on top of him. Wants to kill on Demons. And finally, they bring him down. The Beast is dead. The Viper dropped amidst it all as well. And, oh, man, if he had actually done what he wanted to do there, blink out, get a kill, get like 1 or 2 kills, and then survive, it would have been one of the sickest plays I've ever seen. Instead, it just looks a little greedy, and LV happy to take it. Buyback on the Viper. His is going to be down, and let's see. The TA does have it, but it doesn't look like she's interested in using it yet. They're going to have to use it soon, and they will. Challenge on Roshan is going to be another ulti coming out from Luo. Luo getting bursted down, but so is Inflame. And earn charge just to secure the kill.
He's going to have to buy back. Yep, there we go.
DDC's back up in 1 second. He's coming in as quick as he can. And the Ember bouncing out elsewhere. Demons has to leave with him. They're going to hook back up with DDC. Doom's not up for another 15 seconds. 15 very valuable seconds as Ferrari is just going to tee off with this TA. Now, Chuan caught. He's hit with the Orchid. They're going to come back out and try to fight. Inflame forced after the high ground. Ferrari using that BKB as best he can. It's just him versus the world right now. That's how it feels. They're going to catch him and finally bring him down again. That's a dieback. And above that, June.
Dire's top tower is under
They're actually chasing after him. Who's got the gem? The IO has the gem. It's pinged. They know where he is. Can they catch him? In the meantime, the rest of the team thinking about doing Roshan. Looks like they want to go ahead and leave. And... oh, did he do it again? No, he actually used level death that time.
I thought he did.
I thought he did too.
That was really close. They're like, screw Roshan, we know TA doesn't have buyback. We have
Yep.
Wisp to heal up our allies. And I think this is the right decision. No shenanigans here for LV anymore, as they've been way too crazy and almost threw this game away. And on the back of a fantastic team fight there around Roshan.
Had
Looks
to
like
happen.
they actually, yeah, had to happen.
Dire's bottom tower
And this is gonna about, I can tell you IG won't GG unless they're on the Ancient. They're gonna, like, the way that as close this game is, there's gonna be a Hex. Another beautiful ulti from Luo. The IO relocate takes care of that. There's a Hex on the June as he's gonna be forced to pull back. Without TA, they just can't fight that effectively. They need to go to mid and clear these racks out next. Lena's gonna be back up right about now. In the meantime, there's a relocate complete. And they pipe. They actually didn't get DDC with that. Horrid flame, as a matter of fact. They're going to go high ground again. They've got 35 seconds until Ferrari's back awake. Back awake, back alive. How's that? Rax. Going to end up dropping soon. And they're going to follow up on Chuan. EMP in place. Chuan going to end up dead to it. Chizbug running away. Only has half mana. Force Staff gets him to safety. In the meantime, it's just June versus everyone. He's hitting hard, but they're hitting harder. Lincoln's is going to be popped. There's the Doom for good measure. And he is down for the count as well. His buyback already expended. It's going to be up to Ferrari. He better hope he can kill an entire team. This game was horrendous for him for the longest time. Odd as it is, though, he's going to be their last hope. He got enough time to farm, and he's been a beast since then. Chizbug, dead. GG! I thought they would maybe try to keep it going a little bit longer, but not the case. Tell you what, man, LV nearly snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. But in the end, they come through and manage to close it out, and in the process, secure themselves as the #1 seed in our bubble race playoffs coming up here shortly. That also drops Invictus Gaming to a record of 3-4 as they complete their D2L Eastern